In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? The documentary I have made closely follows the conventions seen in observational documentaries. I wanted to make sure that I paralleled the style seen in award-winning features such as Planet Earth or Blue Planet, as these are some of the most influential documentaries of all time due to the incredible production value, techniques, and conventions incorporated into it. Archive footage is common practice in the documentary genre. However, when you look into the specific class of nature documentaries, very little is often used. This is because nature documentaries will often prefer to record every piece of possible footage themselves, to show the viewer sights unseen before in a unique way. Nature documentaries are often based in the present, while documentaries that use archive footage do it to present a slice of history, which may have happened decades ago. I wanted to do the same to show the procedural evolution of snails from 4 billion years ago, using a rhythmic montage to show the different stages of events playing out. Sound was also a powerful tool that I had used in order to try and communicate and direct the viewer's emotions. In the start of my documentary, I used a sci-fi music piece to associate the imagery of the evolving snail footage as an alien-looking process. This example of the real-world use is in the episode of Blue Planet, where strange music matches the unearthly-looking marine life. The rest of the documentary was fairly pleasant, matching the inspiring Hans Zimmer music that you would see in many high-profile documentaries. I also adjusted the colour of my footage to reflect this, making it bright, colourful, and lively. This is done in many other nature documentaries to give it that extra, incredible look, such as on the fishes in this shot here from another episode of Blue Planet. The narrator was one of the leading qualities of my film, as he followed the standard narrative convention in use by almost every other documentary. His calm tone and perfect clarity is relaxing and easy to listen to, and complements the naturistic themes. This is also why David Attenborough is such a popular narrator, because he also shares all of these qualities.
Fishing pressures, it's home to perhaps the last...
I chose to have him completely off camera, which isn't a common thing to do in documentaries, as seeing people present makes it easier to engage with the audience. Instead, I kept it completely non-diegetic to give people a sense of being transported to a completely different place without any sign of humanity. The script stage of the process was incredibly reliant on looking at how other documentaries have created theirs. Using transcripts found online, I discovered that in order for the documentary to be open to a wide audience, the words and sentences used were very simple to understand by people as young as 10 years old. I followed this rule closely and checked at every stage of the process that this would be digestible to a large audience, just as the other documentaries are. Some of the techniques I had used to capture my scenes in unique ways were time-lapses, which tend to be used in professional examples to create motion in slow-moving objects. If we saw a clip of these corals from Blue Planet in real time, it would appear almost static, as movement would be so subtle that the human eye won't detect it. However, once sped up into a time-lapse, it creates an incredible and visually exciting shot to watch. This is why I had to use it for my snails, as they're not the fastest animals. The close-ups were a major part of my product, as these were another way I was able to present the views to the audience that they may have never seen before. These are conventionally used to show details and help highlight specific features of importance. For example, while the narrator was talking about the snail's eating habits, I showed a close-up shot of the snail eating the lettuce, revealing things that even I was surprised to find. Once again, in nature documentaries, you'll see this technique being used to see close-up details of often strange-looking animals. In order to keep the documentary fresh and exciting throughout, I made sure to split the film into different locations, or mini-chapters. Each of these covered a different topic, and focused on a different species or individual snail. Many documentaries try to do this, such as Wonders of the Universe, where the presenter Brian will often appear in different locations not just to say something but also show it at the same time. Making use of the opportunities of having a visual way to teach is what made a documentary like this successful, and so I wanted to mimic that for my own documentary.